What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nika and with the Fuck Shit Friday update extra. If you watched my Fuck Shit Friday video earlier today, the one I uploaded earlier today, you know we talked about the case of Kenneka Jenkins, also known as Kenneka Martin. She is a 19-year-old girl who was found in the freezer of a Chicago hotel following a hotel party she had attended. Now, as I said in the video earlier today, there have been so many different scenarios or people trying to say, we had all kinds of Facebook and Twitter investigators on the job coming up with all kinds of stories. We had heard that she was raped. We heard that her friends set her up for $200. We heard that one of her friends, who was supposedly an employee of that hotel, had charges or suspicions on them at one time about possible organ transplant or something. Y'all know it was a bunch of mess. I don't know what all was said, but anyway, long story short, a couple of hours ago, the Chicago Tribune reported a story that two Chicago activists, John Kelman and William Lee, saw the surveillance footage of the hotel where Kenneka had last been seen. Upon inspecting the footage that was provided for them, they came to the conclusion that Kenneka she was not coerced or pushed into that freezer. What appeared to have happened, according to the activists, is that she was it appears she was somewhat inebriated, but she did go down there. She ended up in the bottom part of this hotel room where you're not even supposed to be. It wasn't cornered off or anything to stop her from being able to get to it. And because she was trying to find her way back to the lobby, she went in several different rooms. She ended up in a storage. Now, he couldn't say for certain at the time that she stumbled into this freezer space that whether or not it was on or it was off, but it was a very tightly sealed place. Once you get in, she would have to have pressed the safety button in order to be able to get out, and she was unable to do so. So basically what we found out tonight was that, now I don't know if there was, toxicology reports have to come out now because we need to know, was she under anything that's illegal. But right now it looks like it's a situation, it's a tragic mistake that happened, and the negligent party seems to be the hotel owners and staff. No one, there was surveillance. It's supposed to be somebody watching the surveillance cameras at all times, and apparently that person did not notice that there was an unidentified person, an unauthorized person, down in the bottom where they weren't supposed to be, and she ended up stumbling into this freezer space. If she was inebriated, because what the footage showed was that if she was indeed inebriated, then she wasn't able to make her way to that safety button that's inside of the freezer that she could push, and it would have allowed her to get out of the freezer. So it doesn't seem as if during her trip to the freezer that anything happened to her. She was by herself. She was drunk. She was trying to find her way back to the lobby area of the hotel, was unable to do so, ended up in an area of the hotel where it is not supposed to be accessible by patrons of the hotel. I think it's only for employees only, they can go down there, but she ended up in that area, and unfortunately she found her way into that freezer. Probably once it closed, she couldn't get out. She probably panicked and she had no way of getting out of that freezer. Now, that is what we are hearing. Now, I'm hearing also the surveillance footage will be released for public view after her parents have had an opportunity to look at the footage themselves. But it's looking like, this was a tragic mistake, and my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the friends. And social media owes a lot of people a lot of apologies. Also, let's discuss the $200. What had happened? Why her friends had even brought up the $200? They had parked the car in a parking garage and lost the ticket. Now, for those of us drivers, we know that if you put your car in a parking garage and lose that ticket, they have no way of being able to tell how long your car has actually been parked there, and most times the company has the right to reserve a policy where they can charge a certain amount if the ticket is lost. That covers them in case, like you say you was here at such and such time, but you really wasn't. That type of thing. So that's what that was all about. But social media owes this woman, her mother, a huge apology for all of the. I know people sometimes think they helping, but when you're doing that in a time like this, that wasn't helpful to that woman. She lost her child, and all of these theories and things that was coming up on social media, obviously, it appears so far it was all bogus. No one put that child in there. It was an unfortunate accident. She ended up in that freezer because she was a little bit, according to the surveillance footage, she appeared to be a little bit inebriated and was trying to find her way back to the lobby and was unsuccessful doing so. Instead, she ended up in that freezer. But social media owes these people an apology. The friends who y'all have drugged relentlessly for the last couple of days, for the lies and speculations and things being said about this young lady, and her mother could read this every day. That's why it's always best to let the police handle the situation, because sometimes it takes time to get to the bottom of things. It's got to be investigations done. And right now, we're still waiting on the toxicology reports, and that will let us know who else may be negligent in this tragic accident happening to this 19-year-old girl. But she wasn't, from what they know right now, no one took her to that freezer and locked her up in it. She got there on her own. And like I said, unfortunately, it was a part of the hotel that she wasn't even supposed to be able to get to, but it was not, it wasn't shut off from the public, and she stumbled her way there and ended up in that freezer. And if the toxicology reports come back and there is nothing illegal in her system, then this is just really one big tragic mistake that happened. But I'm glad that we have resolved and know something a little bit more. I don't need to see the surveillance footage for the hotel the last night, her last movements. I really don't care to see that, but it's good that this information will be available to the public so we can stop all of the conspiracy theorists from being investigators and putting out ideas and, just a whole lot of rubbish to the public. But that's it. That's all, y'all. I just wanted to come in because I had found that information out, and I just did a Fuck Shit Friday episode where I talked about it. So there you have it, y'all. Rest in peace to Kenneka Jenkins, and condolences and prayers to her friends and family. See y'all next week. Peace.